Hello, welcome to the Comeback Champion Summit. My name is Mavis Creagh, and I'm so grateful and thankful to stand before you on today. I will be speaking about properly positioning your purpose, what that means, how you can move forward in your life to be just the best person you can be. I like to say today is a great day for a great day, no matter the situation or what might be coming around you. But it is a day to celebrate because you are one of the ones that made it, and many people did not. One of the things that I would like to say also, I am the executive director of R3SM, as you can see before me, and that stands for Recover, Rebuild, Restore Southeast Mississippi. We help repair and rebuild homes after devastating disasters. We were started after Hurricane Katrina, and thus far we have rebuilt uh, over 40 homes in the southern Mississippi area, and also repaired and did major rehabs to 500 plus homes. Not just rebuilding those homes, but also revitalizing those communities as well. Also, I'm the the new founder of We Women Ministries that was started this year, which helps bridge the gap between women from different backgrounds as well. So I'm very thankful to talk to you on today, just briefly about properly positioning your purpose and what that looks like, and how you can walk that thing out, as I would like to say, in everyday life. Some people have different definitions of purpose, as far as what's in the dictionary and how that looks on paper. But I like to think about it as a roadmap that you're going through with your life, that you are put in like this imaginary vehicle once you're born, and where the purpose takes you and how you navigate that system to be able to move forward and to do great things in your life. Because we do believe that even if you get knocked down, there still is purpose, there still is vision for your life, and you can still move forward even from some very difficult and challenging situations. So that's how I like to look at purpose, that it's a roadmap that navigates you through life. One of the things I would like to say, as far as first, when you think about properly positioning your purpose, is your position. What does that look like? What importance do you put on your purpose in your life? As we know, people like to say things that you make time for, things that are important to you, just like relationships. But think about it as one of my friends says, in life you're basically signing a contract with yourself. And we are our most important person, should be our most important champion. But that's the main relationship. The most important relationship is the relationship you have with yourself, and how do you view yourself, and are you important enough to put your purpose on the front burner of your life, as we would like to say, and not on the back burner. So when it comes to positioning, the purpose should be a priority with your life. There's things that happen throughout life, but how are you positioning your purpose, what you feel like you're called to do in your life is really, truly important. Um, I like to say, as far as what is important versus what is essential. Some things are important, like sometimes I like to eat, and I want to go to a Starbucks or somewhere like that when I'm having a very hectic day, and things of that nature, versus what is essential. Like my child, he needs to eat. And especially when he was younger and couldn't care for himself, I had to cook, do different, had different obligations for him. So what is important, me want to go to Starbucks versus what is essential. And that's how I think about it when you think about your purpose with life. And if you look at it that way, what is important versus what is essential, it really can divide and weed out what we're putting importance on when it comes to our purpose, and how we're looking and positioning our purpose in our life. Because what you don't want to do is waste a whole bunch of time on things that seem important at that time, but when you look back even a few weeks or a few years down the line, and you say, well, that really wasn't important, but it took up a whole lot of time and energy and effort in my life, and it really didn't tie into my purpose that I was working toward. And sometimes certain things actually take you off course from your purpose as well. So you want to be cognizant of that as well, that you don't want to do something that might seem good at the time, but may get you off track with your purpose. So what is important versus what is essential when it comes to your life is something that I always say is very important. You know, one time in my life, one thing that I had to weigh that out of was with a relationship. And my son was very young, and I was dating someone, and it just wasn't fitting. Something about it wasn't right. I was, already going through a hard time as far as with having jobs and caring for a young son. And it just seems like the relationship was more of a burden than anything else. And I just had to make the decision, do I want to put all of my energy and effort to a relationship that was really not growing, and the person was not maturing, and helping me getting further towards my purpose. Do I want to take care of me and my son at the time? And I'm so glad I chose the latter, which was to take care of me and my son, because I think if I would have stuck to that relationship, it would have probably put me farther behind when it came to my purpose. And I'll talk some more about that in a few minutes. But sometimes even relationships can be a hindrance to purpose, and how you need to properly position it, and even properly position people in your life so they will not hinder your purpose in moving forward. So just always keep that in mind when you're dealing with relationships with yourself, but also with other people, that if they're taking you away from your purpose, that's something that's not positive as well. Also, another thing that we want to look at is determining factors on focus, as far as what is essential in your life. It should cause you to have focus as far as your decisions, your motivations, your next moves. All of those should be tied into your purpose and where you feel like you want to go farther in your life. Because those, decisions today can affect you next month or next year or even 10 years down the line. And when you're not lining up those decisions to match with your purpose, it's going to get you off track. So please keep that in mind too, as far as the determining factors that affect your purpose as well. Also, another thing that I like to think as far as weighing your options when you're properly positioning your purpose is the wants that you have versus the needs that you have. We talked before about what is important versus what is essential. So I want to do certain things with my life, but I have a son who, even though he's a teenager, can be very demanding at times. But you know what? He didn't ask to be here. I'm a single mom, and I just have to move forward with what God has pushed me and purposed me to do. So, sometimes I want to lay in bed all day. And if that's more than a couple of days, I know we say you should take care of yourself, you should rest, and I do believe in that. But if you are resting to the point where you're not being productive, that's no longer in line with your purpose. And you might even need some additional services, such as therapy and counseling, if you have gotten to the point where you do not want to do anything purposeful or meaningful with your life. And there's nothing wrong with that either. So I believe in counseling, I believe in therapy, I believe in taking care of your mental health and well-being as well. So if you feel like you know what your purpose is, but it's hard for you to move forward, also please seek help. Talk to somebody you trust, and get the proper resources to assist you during this point in time in your point in life. So I just wanted to plug that in there because mental health is very important to me, and there's a lot of resources out there also that are free to support you if you feel like you cannot move forward in your life or in your purpose as well. So that's just my shameless plug, because mental health is very important and very, very to my heart. So what you want to do versus what you have to do. And when you're able to divide that with your purpose and weigh that out, I think a lot of times we want to do good things. I was talking earlier to a group of ladies, professionals, and I even said the example of even in business, especially if you're new to business or moving forward, opportunities come up, especially if you're up and coming and really new to the business scene and different stuff like that. But every opportunity is not for you, and it might not even be for you at that time. So you don't want to take opportunities that's going to get you further away from your purpose or get you to off track. So you just really need to stay centered and need to stay focused on what is my purpose, what do I need to do on this day to move forward, and how can I work towards my goals to further my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing in life. So that's another thing that you don't want to get, outweigh that as well. Another thing that comes up is money versus purpose. Some people are so driven, especially into the entrepreneurial spirit, but sometimes they get it really misconfigured and think that money is the only driving factor when it comes to doing things and moving forward. But I would challenge you to just believe in your purpose, and that I believe resources and abundance will come when you're walking in your purpose and you're positioning your purpose properly, instead of being led just by funding and money. Because money, as you can see now, there have been housing prices, the stock market can plummet, different things of that nature can happen. But I truly believe if you're really properly positioning your purpose in your life, that even when those challenges come, you will still be on track. And for some people, even now with 2020, this is for some people the worst time of their lives. And we're praying for them and really hope that they get through. But a lot of people who are really positioned in their purpose are having a season like none other. Me, myself, I would have never imagined being a part of a national, international summit for the first time, speaking to people from all across the country and hopefully the world. I would have never dreamed that, even though I'm doing great things and working in my purpose as far as serving others. But just the other part of my purpose, which is to encourage other people, to let people know that they can move forward in their lives, even when challenging situations come. I would have never thought that before. So even if everybody around you is having a time, that does not mean you cannot excel and do well with what you have been given and with your purpose as well. So don't be so focused on money. The resources will come, the doors will open, opportunities will be available if you walk in your purpose and position yourself to do what you have been called to do in your life. So that's what I would like to say. And just when you're operating in purpose, it really gives an extra layer of peace because you're not doing things just out of financial gain, but to serve others, to help others. And I believe everybody has a divine purpose in life, what they should be doing and what they can accomplish. Of course, most of us never accomplish everything we can or purpose to do, but if you seek out every day and ask, what can I do today to get closer to my purpose, to position myself to move forward in that goal or in that, that lane, like I said before, like you're on the roadmap. I believe you will have peace. Even when situations happen, it won't knock you off course to the point you can't function. So I just believe when you're operating and position yourself in your purpose, that even when setbacks come, then you can still be a champion with those setbacks as well. Like I'm leading into today, I believe in a higher calling. I believe in the most high. People have different names on them, but I believe in the Most High. I believe in the Lord. So I believe that everybody has been divinely purposed to do things here on this earth and this realm, to move forward, to help people, and just to be a blessing to others. And I feel like even me, even though I was doing good things, the other part as far as the ministry, I sat on for years. And I was given the purpose and given the vision, but I did not birth it until this year. And so that's been 12 years. And so all of that time, I had the vision, I had the framework for it, for the business. Even though I'm a business owner with R3SM as a director, I had another vision to just start ministry, to help people in need, that part of it. I sat on that vision for years. And a lot of it had to do with me being fearful that I would fail, that I was not equipped enough, or that I was not ready. And as we know, if you've been given the vision and the purpose, if you would just walk forward with that, then the opportunities will come. Doors would open. Networks will open up. People will offer to help you to move forward in your purpose as long as you feel as you're obedient to do that work. So if you're sitting on your purpose, what you have been given to do, I would challenge you today to not sit on it any longer, because you never know who you could be blessing by you walking in your purpose and by you being rightly positioned in your purpose. So just look at it this way: you are blessing other people by serving in your purpose and doing what you have been called to do. So just think about it that way, that it's not just about you, but it's about others. And I hope I'm going to bless you today and bless you today with the message I have thus far. Even with purpose, during different situations, like I said, even in challenging situations, the purpose did not change. I have been through some really humdingers, I would like to say, even some really horrible situations if I just look, to be honest about it. But my purpose didn't change. The message, the mission, and it didn't go anywhere. Even when you have setback and challenges, the purpose doesn't change. I believe it gives you additional experience and things to draw off of and additional strength to move forward. So the purpose doesn't change. So even if you're in a low situation right now, that doesn't matter. Just put one foot in front of the other and say, what can I do today to get closer to my purpose, to move to my purpose? Your purpose might be to help other people, or to mentor, or to, start a clothing line, whatever you feel like you've been purposed to do. It might just be you researching 30 minutes on how somebody else has done that, or going in a free group if you don't have any money right now, and see who you can connect with and learn from. So it doesn't mean that, even if you're in a low situation right now, you can still put forth effort towards your purpose. So don't ever think that even though you're low, when you feel like giving up, that you can't do anything. You can still do something to position yourself to move forward in your purpose. So I would like to say, don't give up, don't give in. I say I have been beaten but not broken at times. I might bend, but I won't break. And so that's what I like to give to you, the message that even in hard and difficult times, that you can give up and don't give in, and don't throw in the towel, because there's always purpose, and there's always a vision for your life and what you can do going forward. One of the things I would like to say as far as positioning your purpose in chess is it's a mental game that requires patience and skill and strategy. And when you're positioning your purpose, if you don't move in a way that's skillful and that's strategized, you can miss opportunities. So sometimes we get so hell-bent, as I would like to say, on trying to rush and trying to patchwork stuff together, instead of just being patient and letting stuff come and continually, like I said, every day moving forward towards a goal that will help you achieve your purpose. So even if it's a small goal every day that you can do to achieve your purpose, then that's what you do. But don't get so impatient that you can cause more harm to your situation. Just like in chess, if you're not strategizing, you're not thinking clearly, and if you're not doing things in order, you're going to probably lose the game. And one thing you don't do, you don't want to feel like you have lost a season of your life because you have rushed and basically went outside of your purpose. So that's one thing I like to say as far as an example, that you should be grounded by faith, that you should be patient, and that you should just, whatever steps that needs to be taken, that you can do on today, not on tomorrow, but what can you do today to align you in your purpose and to get you to move forward. So that's how I like to look at it. I used to pray every morning. I do it sometimes now, and I say, God, what can I do on this day? Not tomorrow, or look back at what I messed up on yesterday, but what do I need to do on this day And when you take that perspective and think about it, it really puts everything clearly when it comes to your purpose and your positioning, because you can only do what you can do this day. You can't go back and change things. You can't even go into the future to try to make stuff more accommodating, that you won't stumble or you won't fall or they won't be hard situations. So you just have to think, what can I do on this day to properly position myself for my purpose? And when you look at it that way, it really cuts out a lot of the extra. It cuts out a lot of the stress, because you can't change yesterday and you can't fix tomorrow. So that's one thing I always try to stay focused on, especially when I feel like I'm getting in a rat race with life, to really properly position my purpose, and to be divinely orchestrated, and to be followed by faith. Just one thing I would like to say, and just for everyone listening to me, as far as properly positioning your purpose, is that you are where you're at. You can move forward, you can stay stuck, and one thing we don't want to do, or you can move backwards. So when you're looking at the day and you're thinking about what can I do and what does my purpose entail, just think about how you can move forward and take one step at a time and just be led by the Most High. And that's all you can do. And that's a great way to look at it, because when you're positioning your purpose, it's so many different things on the outside trying to come into your mind, into your heart, into your spirit, that could get you off track and can discourage you. But one thing I know for sure is that even in some of the most horrific situations, and you can still come back. You can still be a comeback champion. You can still move higher, and you can still do great things. No matter what odds may be stacked against you, that you have purpose, that you should have hope, and that there's a vision that's greater than you for your life. So once again, this is Mavis Creagh. I am a comeback champion, and today is your January 1st.